Hi everybody, I'm a textile designer with more than 25 years of experience in designing luxury textiles and high-end crafts in Asia, Europe, and the USA. I got my first master's degree in textile design at the National Institute of Design in India. The NID, as we call it, is located in a state that is exceptionally rich in textile traditions and crafts, and also has one of the world's best textile museums, the Calico Museum. And so it is here that I really got to love handcrafted textiles. They have a wide range of textile techniques, and we were able to not just weave and dye and print textiles. This example on the screen is a print that it's a screen print that I developed. It's a very large screen print, almost let's say about 1 meter by 2 meters, and so not only did we have the facilities to experiment on our own, but we were also encouraged to go out and to document, record, and interact with artisans right from the first year of our studies. And then I went on to France, where I earned my second master's degree from École Nationale Supérieure de Création Industrielle. And this was also very enriching, as I got to see and work with haute couture. I improved my understanding of not just complex weaves, which the French are very, very strong at, but I also understood, this what we call the French savoir-faire. How they make really fancy yarns, what they do to have interesting fabrics. So for example, the piece that you see on the screen is a silk crepe weave made of extremely fine silk yarns that are twisted in opposing directions and laid side by side. And this gives it this gives it a certain tension, and that's what makes a crepe fabric alive. We will talk about spinning soon, later in the class. I started my career at Good Earth, India. Today, Good Earth is an iconic home decor store, and I sourced various types of handcrafted textiles, and the fabrics that you see down here, this one, this boucle, and this twill stripe, these are all woven by a very, very well-known company which used to supply Jacqueline or Larson and Sheila Hicks. I also developed prints, so I would design prints and then I got them printed, and then also contracted. This one is also by the same mill here. And then I also worked with people who worked with tribals in central India, where they wove matka silk. So it's basically they allow the silkworm to develop into a butterfly and bore a hole in the cocoon, and then they use the empty cocoon to spin yarn. So it's also sometimes called ahimsa silk. And then I worked for almost 5 years in France for a furnishing fabric company. They used to make fabrics for very, very reputed clients such as Calamandre, Schumacher, Durali, and Lee Joffa. So those of you who are familiar with the design center on 14th Street, you may know these names, and these houses carried some of our textiles up to 2016, but unfortunately Tissage de Gravigny had to close down after that. I worked with a talented designer at Etamine, which was a subsidiary of a German company called Zimmer and Rode, and together we developed a range of very young, youthful furnishing fabrics with really lovely colors, and that was very, very inspiring. I learned a lot from her. now for the past 9 years, I've been working for a local nonprofit. We work with adults with disabilities, and I was hired to set up a social enterprise where we work with these people, and they weave, they create jewelry and tableware infused glass, and today it's a very successful social enterprise. You can see more of my work at colettacollections.com. I also have been teaching for the past 10 years at various universities, and I love research and publication. I try to make my articles as accessible as possible to a wide audience, because I think that is really what is missing in the world right now. And you will see more of my work at Designers and Artisans. That's my website. If you have any other questions, don't hesitate to ask me. More than anything, I want to assure you that you are getting information from a person who has a deep knowledge of textiles. So welcome, and I hope you will find this a truly enriching class.